Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. WX Ninja here with your daily weather update. And we're going to talk a little bit again about the California wildfire situation. As always, just leave me a comment. Let me know what the weather's like where you are. It's always interesting to read excuse me, the different weather reports around the country. So we're going to start here with the wildfire situation. Kincaid fire is about 84% contained, almost 78,000 acres. Hasn't really grown much. So it's probably in an area where there's not a lot of fuel. Maria fire is almost up to 10,000 acres, but it's 95% contained. Ranch fire, 2,000 acres, 15% contained. Eagle fire, 40 acres and 0% contained. So a couple fires there that they need to get under control, but the conditions are pretty favorable for them to get them under control. Let's switch over to another map. Let me adjust this on the screen for you guys a little bit so you can see what's going on here. But this map I came across is from the LA Times, and again, I'll link this in my description. Gives the update on the fires. So this is the ranch fire right here in red. 2,000 acres burning for 2 days, 15% contained. Oh, it looked like that was a slider. And then, whoa. It's taking you right into it. It's kind of a slow-moving website here. Anyways, then you got the Getty fire. We're familiar with that one. Got the Hillside fire, the Eagle fire. Let's look at the Eagle fire. So this kind of gives you a general idea of not only where these fires are, but okay, how close are they to people and cities and all that kind of stuff. So there's the I-5 or the 5. Got a lake there. Again, I'm not real familiar on California, but you can kind of see how this thing's going crazy here, this website. It's real laggy. So it looks like it's around the Sacramento area, northwest to Sacramento. So just something to keep an eye on. This is, some good information for this website. Yeah, so there's the ranch. Let's see, it tells us what this fire is because it's gone. I don't know why it's not showing us the fire now. There, it's got it in an X. Okay. So yeah, there you see is the Eagle fire. And the site's moving too slow. All right, let's switch over and do the weather. That site's really slow, but it does work. Let me move this over for you just a little bit so you can see everything. There we go. So this is the 24-hour snowfall map that we always look at. And again, we're seeing some parts of the country today, 2 to 4 inches, maybe 3 to 6 in some of the areas in through here. Then you see it kind of moves a little bit showery here, and then over in the Great Lakes region, maybe up to 4 inches of snow. Let's move forward in time. This is 72 hours. Looks like the East Coast is going to get a little light snow. How low in elevation, we'll have to see. Then it goes pretty quiet snow-wise, so maybe off the coast. Here's Sunday. See maybe 1 to 4 inches up here in all the northern states, up into Canada there. And then from there, as we go into your Monday, a little bit of snow on the East Coast. Up here in the UP of Michigan. As we go forward, then you see a little bit of snow coming over to Montana and the Dakotas. A little bit of a lake effect event here, it looks like. I'll have to keep an eye on that to call for a lake effect again. Snow down into the heart of the country. See snow up there in Minnesota. Excuse me. 1 to 3 inches most likely. Again, this is way out in time now. Now we're Friday, November 15th. So take this with a grain of salt, as I always say. Well, it looks like probably 3 to 6 inches upper Great Lakes region there. Still saying it's going to head off to the East Coast. We'll have to see if that happens. And we get another shot. You can kind of see how the front is right here. Oh, the jet stream, I mean. Let's go forward into time there. Now this is where it starts calling for some big snows. And this is so far out in time. Excuse me, we'll have to see if this actually happened. Again, that would be a pretty big snowstorm. This would be a pretty decent sized snowstorm for parts of the East Coast, UP and Michigan, all the way back into Montana. And then it moves off to the East Coast. So kind of the same thing as before. Yeah, it just has snow hanging around, and I don't know. We're just looking at trends. I don't think that's really going to happen. Okay, let's go into the model run here. This is 6 hour increments from now to the end of time. So you can see what's happening. We just have the jet stream going like this. Got a low pressure coming here. One just moved off to the East Coast. Here comes your snow showers in the central part of the country. You see a low develop and some moisture out ahead of it in Texas and Oklahoma. That'll be rain. Gets a little heavier. Tries to connect with this energy that's ejecting out of the country. Ends up doing so with some snow. But a lot of heavy rain down here for the southern states, it looks like, with some snow out ahead of it. There the low develops. The rain lessens. And it just sweeps on through the East Coast for a weekend little snow event. Scoots off the coast, just leaves some lingering showers behind it. Then it gets pretty quiet. See a little bit of snow come through. Pretty quiet. We see another low try to drop down here, well, through the central part of the U.S. It does so as the front sags. Tightly packed isobars once again, so pretty windy back there. Scoots out, get some snow in the northern parts of the states with the low out ahead there. This is your lake effect snow event we're talking about. That wind blows over that warmer lake water, creates moisture, and just dumps snow. I've always wanted to be back east to see a lake effect snow event. I thought it'd be pretty cool. You know, you get some of those snows for 4 days and you get 6-7 feet of snow in the extreme events. That's one thing I want to see before I die. I want to go through one of those. Anyhow, enough of the personal stuff. Let's get back to the weather and snow up there. Scoots off to the east a little bit more. Tightly packed isobars. Going to be some windy. And then you see that, man, this thing is kind of slow. It just kind of hangs around. Finally ejects out. Now you see the rain down to Texas, Mexico border. Just kind of hangs out there, maybe some tropical moisture. Looks like another shot of a little bit of snow. And see, here's your lake effect event. As that wind blows across those warmer waters. See a little bit of tropical moisture here. And when I say tropical moisture, I'm not talking like hurricane tropical moisture. I'm just talking it's coming out of the Gulf of Mexico and it's a lot of moisture. So just want to make that clear. I'm not saying a tropical system is forming. Low forms off the coast, so you got a front in here. They're saying a little bit of snow on the coast. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, there's going to be a fighting line here between warm air and cold air, so it is possible, but yeah, it keeps it right there. It actually increases the precip amount and then goes away. So maybe it will be. Looks like it's trying to do an ice storm here. Coming down through the mid parts of the country. Well, the northern mid parts of the country. Snow and ice event. Setting up for Minnesota and the Dakotas a little bit. Then it looks like it turns to mostly snow. Be a pretty heavy snow event. Again, this is way out there. Scoots across the Great Lakes. Stays pretty far north, though. Goes and affects the East Coast a little bit. Heads on out. So it's just like, think of it as a highway. These systems, the only way they can go is this way. They just follow the jet stream. So look, there it goes. Boom, there's the next one. Come across the Great Lakes. Look at how windy it's getting in here. Goes across the Great Lakes. A little bit of rain back here. Same kind of deal. It's just the same setup over and over again. It's just a matter of exactly where the low sets up. Look, ties into some tropical moisture again. Hangs around, hangs around, hangs around, hangs around, hangs around day after day of rain, day after day of rain, and this is the end of the run. I'm going to just pick a random spot to go back, and let's just watch California. See how they stay dry? High and dry, high and dry. First chance for any sort of rain is Sunday, November 17th, according to this model. It's pretty far out in time, and even then it's not a lot of rain. Now here's the next big one, and guess what? Look at 3 hours, hour 366. Comes in at the end of the run. I mean, we've seen this do this before where it shows moisture in California at the end of the run. Now, the only thing we can hope for is the winds stay calm. It's okay to be dry as long as the winds stay calm. That's going to, even if fires do break out, that's going to severely limit the amount of damage the fires can do and how fast they can grow. And with the amount of firefighters they have down there, they'll be able to get their hands on the fires quick and get them put out quick, hopefully. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. I'm just kind of looking to see if any high pressure is set up right here, because usually that causes the winds to really kick up. I'm not seeing that. So that's good. Let's look at one last thing. Temp Departure, just like you guys know. Okay, here we are right now. A little bit chilly there. Kind of gets shunted and moved over, and you see the next shot come of reinforcing cold air, and then it kind of dips down. This lobe goes back up to the northeast. This is for Thursday. Great Lakes region. Getting pretty cold, and look at it, just still high and dry, high and dry. I mean, it's amazing. Look at that temp contrast. It is so abrupt. Cold on the east, warm in the west. How many times have you heard that this winter? Here comes the cold. I guess it's not winter, sorry, but you get what I mean. Just fall. Sharp temp contrast. I mean, that's about as sharp as you're going to see. That's just nuts. Here comes your cold. Sticks around, goes a little further south. Then it goes a little further south. And look, you see finally some cold trying to come on the west coast. Cooler than average, not cold, I should say. Then it just doesn't happen. Just kind of sticks there. You see that there. And then it gets connected again. And the west is just like, hey, it's summertime. Put shorts and a tank top on. Not really, but that's kind of what it feels like. Okay, well, that is your daily weather update. Again, WX Ninja, go ahead and just let me know what your weather's like where you're from. You don't have to put where you're from, but just tell me what your weather's like, and I'll be curious to read. All right, everyone, stay safe out there. Take care. We'll see you next time.